you host a mental health retreat for everyone, but the event starts on a strange note because Ralph hugs every woman in the room before he gets to you.
Yeah, it was an interesting time for us.
Hey, husband. Waiting for a hug. I haven't seen him. He's been out all day.
Yeah, don't disrespect your wife. Don't treat her like that. Don't embarrass her. If you guys are having issues, I know all about someone trying to embarrass me.
Are you enjoying the ride?
No, I hate it. No, I hate it. Everybody knows that.
I know all about a husband mistreating a wife, so I can speak on this. I don't think that that was the right thing for him to do, regardless of what is going on in their household. Don't disrespect me, in public especially. Don't disrespect me at all. But really, MF, don't disrespect me in front of other people.
Of course, when you see your husband, you want him to greet you, because I was like really excited about it and thought we did an amazing job pulling it together. It was a lot of work.
You did.
Thank you. So I was just like excited to see him, like, you're here, you know? And when he did it, I was just like, okay, a little awkward and a little embarrassed, you know, just not really understanding why. But we were a little off that day. I'm not gonna lie, we were a little off. It was an off day.
Now, this is also around the time of the court case.
It's one of those situations, somebody goes and comes into your house and decides they want to try to sue you and exploit you just because they feel like they can.
Do you think stress from that had anything to do with it?
No, I don't think court, because we knew pretty much the outcome of how it was gonna go. Ralph did not really care about the court. He didn't care about the case like I did, because it was like my name, you know, being dragged and things like that. So I don't contribute it to the court case, no. I know we had a moment around that, but it was like a lot of moments where we just weren't communicating effectively. We weren't agreeing on a lot of things, so.
Drew, your sister Allison spent some time with you and your family in your home for the first time in a long time.
So how did it go? Like,
it's hard to talk about sometimes. It was, I was nervous, you know, for her to come because, yes, she was banned. And I think with her going in and out of the, you know, mental health facility, one thing she did mention is that one of the hardest things she had to deal with was her and Ralph's relationship and how she felt like he pretty much abandoned her.
Your sister's done a lot of things to actually hurt me. And yes, I did ban her from my house for a very long time.
She loved him so much, and he just kind of cut her off, wrote her off, you know? And so while she was in there, Ralph did apologize. And I think that was kind of the beginning of, you know, what I hope to be some healing. And so him allowing her to come to the house, I was like, this is amazing, because it's my sister. You know, and we were extremely close. But I was nervous. I'm like, okay, I just want everything to go well, because I didn't want anything to trigger her and ever set her back too.
Gotcha.
So I was kind of just trying to make sure he's good, he's comfortable, and she's good. And I think for the most part, everything was cohesive. You know, we were a happy family for the most part. I mean, there were things that my sister started to see that she, again, did not want to share with me initially, because she was like, well, that's how I got banned the first time, you know, is being vocal and speaking to things that she saw just between Ralph and I, or the dynamics or whatever. And so there were moments where, you know, it would just be kind of some bickering, and I just felt really in the middle, you know, and it got to a point where I felt like it would be better for her to be in a hotel. So, and it was especially when we went to Portugal. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be gone.
Oh, Lord.
And they gonna be in the house by themselves, and I knew things were brewing between them, so I put her in a hotel, because I was like, the last thing I wanna happen, I'm gonna be all the way, what, 3 flights away?
Yeah, you don't have a mediator there.
Exactly. My mom had gone back to Chicago, so yes, I put her in a hotel just to keep the peace. And
that probably was smart.
It was the smartest thing I could have done
Right.
at that time. So, yeah, but it kind of started to feel like I was walking around my own house, you know, on eggshells. And that's never a good feeling, you know?
No.
So,
Not
yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
You were a little upset that you didn't get invited to Shereé's birthday dinner.
It wouldn't be the first birthday dinner I missed of hers.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what happened? I don't know. I didn't even know. It was fine. I really didn't take any drama towards it. It's her birthday. She the birthday
You
girl.
seem
like,
troubled
hey.
in the moment. Both of you seem troubled.
People come out for me. Okay. People show up for Shereé.
Was my invitation lost in the mail?
Yeah, both of ours was lost.
Because she'll say, oh, well, you know, I know you guys were busy and it was last minute. But Marlo's there.
Marlo came in.
Even Cynthia was there, and Cynthia just got to town.
Miss Bailey was there.
Sonya's there.
Sanya was there.
Courtney, was Courtney there?
Courtney was there.
I guess I missed the memo on this one. Now, hence the collusion, I see.
I witnessed a collusion.
I get it.
Everybody could not make the list. I'm sorry. Like, I know, some people were upset that, oh, but she didn't invite me. Well, I didn't invite half Atlanta. Half Atlanta would have wanted to be there too, but they didn't get that invite. And they would have showed up.
They always try to act like I'm not being a friend of them.
Kandi can't even show up for the group, so I know she wasn't about to show up for me at the last minute.
But realistically, they don't invite me to a lot of their events.
Kandi, she always saying she's so busy, so I didn't think she would be unbusy to come to little old me, my birthday. You know you were not coming.
Girl, that is not true. I was at home that night, and I definitely would have come. Yeah, I just was like, okay, I see what's going on, but it's cool. Hey, at least I didn't have to be a part about figuring out how we gonna split the bill. You revealed the tea about him asking all the ladies for a cash out to pay for their dinner.
He didn't pay for her birthday dinner.
Splitting of the bill.
Kenya, you express interest in expanding your family.
It's definitely something that has come up. I want another baby. The clock is ticking. I am thinking about having another baby. The easiest way for me is to use the embryos that I already have.
Who's gonna be the daddy?
Yeah. I still have embryos frozen. So, Marc.
Okay. She's in the middle of a divorce. They're not on the best of terms and they don't have great communication, which does not work out well when you are talking about parenting.
It doesn't mean I want to be back with Marc. It just means I want to use the embryos that belong to me. I don't want to necessarily prolong the relationship. That's the downside of it. And there are other downsides. So it's not an easy decision. It's not something like you can just say, oh, yes, let's do it.
You know, when you have embryos that are still there, like, I don't know about her, but for us, we didn't feel right just leaving our embryos there. We still have 2 embryos. I don't feel right just leaving them in the freezer. So some people feel the need to make sure that you finish the process to make sure that baby makes it here, right? When you do the process of getting the embryos, you typically have to sign an agreement of who owns them if and ever you guys break up. So if their agreement says that they're hers, then that's it. It's hers. It's hers to do as she wishes. And I'm gonna support whatever decision she decides to make because she's a good mom.
So to be clear, do you think another baby will lead to you and Marc reconciling?
No. Not a chance in hell. That ship has sailed. The Titanic has sunk. The fat lady has sung, and hell has not frozen over. So, yeah, that's never going to happen.
Drew, you and Ralph go on date night as prescribed by Dr. Ken, and you discuss Ralph giving up marriage counseling.
It was devastating because it was like, as long as we're both working on the marriage, I felt like we could overcome anything. As long as we're both here to talk and work and grow, I'm like, we're good. So when he stopped coming to counseling, I was always worried because when we would get in conversations, sometimes it would go completely left, one after another. But I definitely saw like the red flags, like we're not actually really, truly in a better place. And we just kind of never really dealt with it. So at this point, he no longer wanted to go to counseling.
I feel like sometimes with counseling, it's just, all right, this topic, now you got this issue, but that's gonna get us divorced. But I'm doing work though.
Babe,
so
no.
Listen.
Come on.
You gotta measure it on the frequency of making sure it can reduce the occurrences that they actually happen. This is very intellectual that I'm saying.
You know, we were just kind of trying to focus on happier times, but not really dealing with the issues that we were dealing with. So yeah, now we got this movie that I'm gonna shoot, and it always gets hard when I am shooting because now Ralph has to be with the kids.
You're now booked and busy. I've always been busy.
Like you see Todd, he has daddy daycare.
I'm not daddy daycare.
I felt like this movie came right on time because it continued to allow me to focus on me.
Booked and busy. Booked and busy.
He has to kind of pick up, you know, the slack where I would be there to do. So I had a session with Dr. Ken just to like help with my own mental health and just trying to stay focused on what was important for me, even though he wasn't in counseling.
I think you're kind of saying, nobody can gaslight me.
Oh.
And yet, where does that really leave your marriage, though?
It's like questionable. So we weren't able to address our issues. And I was just really just trying to get to a stronger place for myself because there was so many issues that were going on with our marriage. Some y'all know about, some y'all don't know about. Yeah. So, you know, that was kind of what was going on.